days. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing now is Allen. And Winslow brings it in over the middle. So getting 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Allen now looks to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You look at this Bears defense. This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd down and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Hamilton looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 1 yard and now no yards have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Allen going to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Marvin Mims, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Looking to put a drive together. Now Hall to start the drive. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Here we go, here we go. 180.
Burrow will throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rusher's right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit, but it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Showing a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
The Bears are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because, let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
Burrow looking to pass. It's caught by Mike Evans. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
On 2. Here we go.
Now it's Burrow. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Devontae Smith, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Bears are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. At their own 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within the division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hamilton. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this Bears defense. Well, they've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
Now a 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Allen. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Allen. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. From the gun, it's Allen. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. Luther Burden, 59 yards. And the Bears have taken the lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hamilton. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll try the left side. Hamilton. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop it behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
319! What's up?
A first carry for Rachaad White. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
319! What's up?
From midfield, here's Allen. And that is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Now it's Ginn. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap, allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row.
Here we go, here we go. Behind.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
From the 29, here's the 2nd down and 4. They'll go again with Hall. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 44 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Ready?
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. That one complete down the field to Smith. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A very solid gain of 27. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Here we go. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And a catch right side by Evans. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Gun. Cut.
Again, it's Burrow. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line.
Here we go. Stop.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here we go. Stop.
Now it's Burrow. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now. Sly able to put this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea.
Allen hit. He lost the football. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a second and very long. In his own end zone, it's Allen. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it a gain of a yard. And it's going to be third down and forever. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. From his end zone on third and long, Allen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Here's Ginn. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
1-1, ready? Let's get set.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Breece Hall with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Joey Slye for the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to pull the little Smokey and the Bandit there. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
To the air, Allen. Quick hitter here, it's complete. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
3rd and 3. Mims in motion left. A final shot before half for Allen. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the 2nd half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180.
Here's Burrow. This is a diving effort by Evans. What a catch. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it. No, he didn't. A toss left side for Hall. Sheds off the tackle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here we go. Right 80.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Gun.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now Burrow. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 33. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the toss, it's Hall. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
On 1, ready? Here we go.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets him down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Hey, can. Stop.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows in throwing football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Stop.
Back to throw here. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Here we go, here we go.
Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines running for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, yeah, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Here we go, here we go. 180. 180.
Burrow will throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They got 29 yards that time.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Gun.
Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up third and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, it looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And he is caught, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Mike Evans with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list. And the Bears are able to widen their advantage. Slide for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Here is Wishnowsky to boot it away following the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's White. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
319.
To throw, it's Allen. They will find Winslow on the left side, complete. And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Hamilton. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Hamilton. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Bears take over. Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Here we go. 180. God.
Now it's Burrow. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Here we go, here we go. God. 180. 180.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Carrying it out deep for Smith. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion.
Here we go, here we go.
That one, though, falls incomplete.
180. 180.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. He's going to take another shot here. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Throwing now is Allen. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. We've seen a bevy of those. This secondary, they've been pretty good, haven't they?
They certainly have. They've allowed them 1 touchdown through the air, and they're going to be upset about that later when they watch the game tape. But other than that, they've been absolutely rock solid.
The offense on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call. But for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Here's Allen to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. He may go. And they will score. A pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Sly on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Vikings 14. Mitch Wishnowsky set the kickoff.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Allen. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Looking to put a drive together.
Let's get set. Stop.
He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. 127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Good gain there on first down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
Not in any way. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And Parker, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a give right side. It's Hamilton. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. One final try here for Allen. Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line.
On 1, ready? Here, stop!
Paul on a give up the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
And we all like to see, take on. So bring yourself over here, go.
1-1, ready?
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Here we go.
And they just did not get the snap away in time. A pitch comes to Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Here we go.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th and goal as they look to finish this one off.
Here we go. Dahan! 180! Dahan!
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you think?
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Allen now looks to throw. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. Just rely more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10.
18 on the play. 1st down, Vikings.
Allen going to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Allen. And this one completing into Mims. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 27-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Now Allen.
This one caught by Winslow. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. And the Bears are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak.
18-yard line.
So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears, and they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Bears, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2.